Hello, YouTube. Welcome in, welcome in. So, I wanted a new rabbit hole to jump into, and 40k has always been one that's been on my radar. I have dived in a few times, but there's just so many little bits and pieces going in that it's hard to like really parse and grasp and hold on to all the information. So when I'm watching like another reaction or watching these videos off to the side, I don't really retain too terribly much. So that's why I like doing it for my React content, because I'm forced to focus. I'm forced to watch it, which I'm fine with. I like it. It's fun. So let's learn about the 40k lore with Bricky. This video is a couple years old, but as far as I know, this is one of the, this is kind of like baby's first steps when it comes to 40k lore. And this is the timeline. So let's get started.
In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium,
oh, that volume is good. That is some healthy volume right there.
The Empire of Man, a backwards carcass of an empire comprised of many devoted forces, gigantic robot knights, religious
robots, machine
cultists, and incredibly heavily armored women, most likely with sweltering abs and
with them abs. She got the boob cups. She got quite a bit of the boob cups.
One must know what those abs taste like.
Gamer subs, everybody. Get your gamer subs here. Oh wait, this is Advanced GG. Wait. This is Advanced GG. I think this is a different project. It's fine.
My gamer subs flavor is...
Oh no, it is gamer subs. There we go.
...is here. Sweet six-pack has arrived. A delicious and refreshing cherry pineapple blend. Play the sound. Yes, my Bricky's official gamer subs flavor is here. Sweet.
Guys, I would still love to get my own gamer subs flavor in at some point. That's like my end goal. That is like my dream. That is where I would like to get to. But first, step 1, get sponsored by them. Step 2, sell a bunch of gamer subs for them. Step 3, get a shaker. Step 4, get your own flavor. That'd be fun. Use code FREE. I wish.
Six-pack, not only in regular energy mode, but also in caffeine free. The cherry pineapple flavor is not the kind of flavor that just smack.
I wish, but no, I don't have. Aren't you already blue? True. I don't have a code. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I just really like the product.
You in the face. It is light, it is refreshing, and it's one of those things where you sip it and you go, not bad. And next thing you know, you are having your 4th refill the same day. And it is available now. Link in the description. Use code Bricky for 10% off your entire
till I get my own code. Use that one.
order. Not just for this, but for everything you buy. And I'm not dumb. If you buy any of these tubs, regular, caffeine-free of my sweet 6-pack flavor, you will get a Muscle Girl 32-ounce shaker completely for free.
I don't know if that's actually still happening, because once again, this video is 2 years ago. So
there are only a couple thousand of those shakers.
Oh yeah, those things are gone. Those guys are gone.
So get it while supplies lasts. I cannot believe we finally have this, but I told everyone, like, once you find out the flavor, you'll be like, yeah, that tracks. And damn straight does it track. Sweet 6-pack.
Never had gamer subs, and I probably will never purchase them. Well, that's fair. I'd probably recommend, because it's basically the same as buying like a flat of pop in a way. Like, it's actually even cheaper in some cases.
Available now. Code Bricky, link in.
I petitioned for the slime's flavor to be called Dungeon Dirt. That's not a bad one. That's not bad, actually.
The description.
Now onto the Warhammer.
Of knowledge and enlightenment has ended. The age of darkness has begun.
Yeah. I'm just a happy little guy learning about one of the most grimdarkest of grimdark to ever grimdark.
Roughly 60 million years ago, there existed aliens. And these aliens lived short, painful lives. They belonged to radiation-stricken worlds and often died of various cancers before the age of 30. These aliens, the Necrontyr.
That guy's younger than 30, apparently. Buddy.
Looked up to the stars and found extreme beings of real power. Beings with the ability to create life. The old ones of the galaxy. They asked these old ones for help. Please cure us of our ailments. To which the old ones said, piss off. So the Necrontyr.
Please, sir, we are stricken with cancer and tumors. I'm going to die before I see my 24th birthday. They said, please help me. Yo, fuck off. Get the hell off my porch. Get out of here. Get. Go on, get. Dumbasses. Infantism. Go make more of yourselves. You're fine. Stop it.
Gathered together and did the sensible thing. They declared war upon these old beings and were promptly beaten into the dirt back to their short, painful lives. In the world of Warhammer, there is a hell. This hell is not like you and I know it. It's more of an afterlife, a place where dead souls end up. This place has many names: the Empyrean, the Sea of Souls, the Immaterium, and the Ether. But mostly, we just call it the Warp. While you and I know of hell as a place of horrors and punishment, the Warp isn't really that. Not in the beginning. It's energy, but the kind of energy formed from thought and soul, psychic energy, where the dead souls of people end up in a place that is impossible to understand. No laws of reality exist. Like time is merely a suggestion, and it is not something that can be braved easily. The Warp would be like sailing the ocean in a pirate movie. To jump from your ship would be certain death. To stay in the sea for too long on your boat could drive a man mad. And there are many dangerous things lurking in those depths. Yet, the sea is not evil. It simply is. Mostly. There are
got hit with the L+ ratio, go evolve to resist radiation. Poor Necrons. Poor bastards. So the Necrons got super cancer, wanted to talk to the gods and be like, hey guys, can you give us a cure? And the gods were like, no, fuck you guys. So they came back and were like, fuck you, old man. And the old men were like, no, we're going to show you why we live past the age 30, and then wipe them out. And now we're learning about the warp. So I'm assuming they got yeeted into the warp.
Are more malevolent beings in those waters, areas that you do not sail towards. This would be known as the realm of chaos. The realm of chaos exists in the warp as a special area led by 3 chaos gods. Khorne, the god of combat, murder, and slaughter, with a
blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne,
pile of skulls taken in his name. Tzeentch, god of change, mystery, and deceit, a confusing paradox of lies, schemes, and sorceries. And Nurgle, god of rot.
Papa Nurgle loves you. I know a little about Tzeentch, except paranoia on steroids.
Pestilence and Genshin Impact. All things
Wait,
rot
what?
in the end. And Grandfather Nurgle is waiting for you with open arms. These gods ruled their respective realm in the warp, sending their many followers against each other in the great game to be the most powerful of all the gods. So the warp exists. Hell is real, parallel to our galaxy, with the realm of chaos and its gods fighting for control. But there are also gods of...
Tzeentch likes birds. I know that from another Warhammer video. Nice!
real space, gods of the normal world too. They're called Catan, and they eat stars.
You think
Nom, 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 nom.
God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
These star gods saw the plight of our poor Necrontyr and how the old ones cast them aside and said, you know what? You guys want immortality? Oh, we will make it happen. We are the...
You know what? We're kind, benevolent beings. We got you, boos. We got you, boo. we'll pick you up. We'll pick you up, make it so that this nasty cancer stuff can't hurt you anymore, and the nasty radiation won't cause you any problems. It's fine. It's fine. We got you. We're going to give you a happy ending.
Gods of the tangible, of real space, we can give you a cure. So then they ate all their souls.
Yep.
And turned them into robotic automaton, feasting on their souls and leaving a hollow shell of an intelligence left that is technically immortal, with the power of an...
Nah, it's a Faustian deal. You're like, I'll give you immortality. Never said it would be indestructible, though. Never said you're not going to be able to feel pain. Never said that you're going to actually like the existence. But you're going to be immortal.
Entire species souls, they turned their new robotic slaves on the old ones and hunted them to extinction. The Necrontyr, now the soulless, undying Necrons, got their wish at the price of their souls. But we can count the number of kind gods on an amputated hand. With time,
on an amputated hand. I mean, there's still fingers on an amputated hand, unless you're talking about your own amputated hand that's still attached to your body. Nope.
The selfish star gods turned on each other, fighting one another for more chances at glory and power. With this, the leader of the Necrons,
absolute power corrupts absolutely every single time.
Zarek, the Silent King, the man who doomed his species when he accepted this deal, waited, planned, bide his time until he seized the perfect moment and turned his legions of undead citizens against the star gods. Gods cannot be killed, but they can be broken. So Zarek broke the star gods into thousands of pieces and locked them away in vaults, taking their free will away as they did to them, and sealed them away as basically Pokemon to be used as weapons in the future.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's the Void Dragon.
Zarek
It's the Void Dragon. That's kind of fucked up. Just like, we can't kill you, but we can break you. So they break them apart into bitty pieces and then turn them into batteries.
Then, with his perfect memory, exiled himself for his sins, flying out to the darkness between galaxies to atone for what he had done. This entire situation, the genocide of the Old Ones and the rebellion of Zarek, will go down in history as the War in Heaven. It is the most brutal war the galaxy has ever seen and ever will see. This was a conflict that took an
Ever will see? Yet.
Entire galaxy-spanning species and pitted them against gods that ate stars. The Necrons, rather crippled from, the war in heaven, decide to go to sleep in gigantic tomb worlds on various planets until the upstart species of the galaxy died out. And so turns out, when you have a war that lasts tens, hundreds of thousands of years and involves the genociding of multiple species, the old ones of the galaxy, and the consumption of souls from an entire race, the warp gets a little wacky.
It's a little wacky.
If you had a kiddie pool and it was nice and calm, Korn is over there splashing about, so you don't really go in that direction. Nurgle has explosive diarrhea, so you don't really go in that direction either. But you can still kind of get in the pool. The pool's still fine. Turns out,
Debatable.
when you add a couple trillion souls to that kiddie pool, it'll make the waves a little more turbulent. And turns out a lot of them like to pick a side, Nurgle, Tzeentch, or Khorne. So the once calmer warp, the once relaxing kiddie pool, has now been bloated. 1,000,000 years of war will certainly make Khorne, god of murder and slaughter, more powerful. 1,000,000 years of war will probably make Tzeentch, god of deception and change, a little more powerful. And good God, 1,000,000 years of war will make Nurgle, god of decay, just the tiniest bit more powerful. Now,
Just a itty bit. Just an itty bitty little bit. Just a little tiny bit, he'll be a little bit more powerful. There's all the rot and festering wounds and just decay from bodies being piled up. You want to Black Death. That's how you get a Black Death.
Entering that kiddie pool is no longer fun, it's dangerous. The warp is now a problem. Hell is resembling hell a lot closer to what we imagined it originally. The Sea of Souls and the Realm of Chaos are now intertwined. So who else to brave the galaxy than a species that won't need to deal with that?
Yay! The Age of the Eldar.
The Eldar are space elves. They have a lot of the traits that you probably think of when you think of elves. Tall, slender, pointy ears.
Nurgle is the decay of all things, including reality. True. Like, that's one thing that people don't always fully realize when they're talking about, like, the sins, the sins, the virtues, and, like, archetypes and that sort of thing, is that usually it encompasses a lot further than what the word specifically means. God of decay. Decaying of trust. Decaying of hope, decaying of the universe, death, pestilence, rot, all this stuff. It expands so far. Violence. There's multiple forms of violence. and all that. And besides, there's other ways to look at violence as well. Violence and bloodshed. Like, there's a lot that empowers these guys. And yeah, entropy is the decay of energy. Yeah. Like, all the 7 deadly sins even all bleed into each other. Lust and gluttony are so much closer than one would expect. Same with envy. Like, it's all the same thing in a lot of ways, just how you're presenting it. So, yeah, it's all chaotic. It's all terrible. But you need that chaos in order to have order. Yeah, the 7 deadly sins are excessive desire, pretty much. Yeah.
Bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will tell you, and a bit stronger on the emotional side. The old ones, as I mentioned, could create life. And when they were getting, absolutely bodied by the Catan and the Necrons, they made some new races to try to help them. One of them was the Eldar. It didn't save them, but they're here now anyway. Oh, and also the Orcs, but they're busy right now.
The Orcs are my favorite. I'm pretty sure, to the surprise of absolutely no one.
The Eldar are a particularly psychically powerful race, so they were really adept at being able to handle the new turbulent warp of chaos and good at killing Necrons, hence why they went to sleep. Being psychically gifted is basically like being a wizard, but you get your wizard powers from hell.
It's wizard time, motherfucker! I cast destroying reality with the warp. Slanesh propaganda. The Orcs are the most powerful race in Warhammer. Not the most powerful, but they do have the potential. They're the most powerful with the biggest handicap.
It's called being a psyker. And basically, if you want to do cool wizard shit like lightning from your hands or reading someone's mind, you can do that, but you siphon the energy to do that from the warp. Luckily, the Eldar are very good at handling this without too many negative effects because, summoning power from the Sea of Souls with the new Chaos friends can be a bit of an issue. But Eldar are pretty good at it. And you see, what's really cool and also awful about Warhammer is that most developed species travel long, faster than light distances by going through that warp. They create a tear in reality to unreality and move through it. Faster than light travel? Cringe. We go through hell itself to deliver your packages. For those of you who play Minecraft, you know how the Nether is like a pocket dimension? So moving 10 spaces in the Nether is actually moving something like 1,000 in the real world. That's like basically what warp travel is. Just Much like in the Nether, there are a lot of things that want to kill you. The Eldar found a way to do so in between realities. Not regular reality, not the warp, something else. A purgatory of sorts, a fabricated psychic realm that allowed them to travel without fearing the negative effects of the warp. The Eldar were the perfect fit for the new galaxy, and they took it with open arms and pointy ears.
This place is built for us? We're really warp resistant, and all the main, leaders of this universe are out of the way? Fuck yeah, we're going to take over this place. Let's get it, bitches.
Empire of the Eldar spread everywhere, and it spread all the way until now, the 21st century. That's right, while you are watching NPC streams on TikTok, the space elves were ruling the galaxy, and they did so for quite a long period of time. The 21st century came and went. Humanity grew and grew, all under the nose of their elf overlords. At this time, humans advanced, your classic sci-fi style way. We began to expand, colonize our solar system, terraformed our planets, created new and more powerful machines and starships. The age of Terra, also known as Earth, but we call it Terra here, was here, and existed between the 21st century all the way until the 15th millennia. Not much is known about this time, not much needs to be known. Humanity grew up, sought the stars. It's classic. Then came the years between 15,000 and 25,000, the age of technology, or to some, the dark age of technology.
Which is funny. Yeah, we're actually kind of going through something similar to that. It's not exactly a bad thing. A lot of people view it worse than it probably already is. It's just, we are speccing so much into artificial intelligence, generative AI, all this other sort of thing, like our governments are. They're speccing into it so much, and when it doesn't go the way you're wanting it to... Hi, dog. I got a shaky dog behind me. When it doesn't go the way that they're wanting it to, it causes issues. When it goes the way that we do want it to, it takes work away from other people. That's why we have a lot of artists who are scared right now and angry with AI coming more to power. It is terrifying. This, I'm pretty sure, is that on steroids from what I'm going to be gathering. It's also like way further into the future.
This is when humanity reached a new apex of technological understanding. When you think of sci-fi, there's a lot of things you can think of. Star Trek, maybe Star Wars style. You can go cyberpunk dystopian. The age of technology was deep sci-fi, like a scientific prowess that fringed on magic. This is also when the first ever psychers began showing up in humanity. Individuals with the genetic mutation to be able to access the warp, and then because of that, travel through it. Humanity was no longer constricted to their early ways of travel. With warp travel, they could go anywhere in the galaxy. They equipped ships with gigantic AI machines, with everything you would ever need to know about mankind, and sent them out on colony ships to expand their influence across the galaxy. This was truly the golden age of humanity. And with every golden age, there is a
Griffith. That's not something you want to see.
Fall. While the new human upstarts of the galaxy were reaching new levels of technology and prowess, the Eldar were engaging in
Debauchery!
Debauchery!
What happens when a species has everything? You can produce unlimited food out of nothing. Your need for farmers and workers, gone. You have dominated the stars and have created a fast travel system that doesn't rely on the dangers of the warp. You have nothing else to do. You have no struggles, no problems, and feel as if there is nowhere else to go. Well, you begin to experiment. The Eldar started harmless enough. You know, you take a serious interest in your species' culture, your arts, paintings, poems, plays. These are Eldar, elves. Remember, their emotions are heightened, more powerful than us humans. So your plays get louder. They start to push on the limits of your hearing ability. Your music becomes different, more deranged. It pushes the boundaries of what is art. The visual spectacle of art becomes more bizarre, more delusional, more eccentric. And let's not forget,
when you've seen everything, you're going to want to start seeing more. You want more. It's just a craven lust for wanting something to make yourself feel something, right? Because you've already seen everything. You've experienced everything. These guys are immortal, basically. So modern art mixed with internet memes. Modern art mixed with internet memes laced with so much LSD, it would trip up Blue Whale.
very important sense. Touch. Pornography is one thing.
I'm a virgin.
Brothels is another. What if they all mixed? What if your brothels were part of your art and music? And what if those became more deranged? The boundaries of debauchery were not just met, but shattered. Next thing you know, murder is commonplace and often mixed with the art, music, and sex. Pain is a common byproduct of entertainment. Whatever sensation you can have must be increased, must be enhanced, must be taken to the limits. The Eldar Empire slipped into a nightmarish realm of debauchery and excess, with the worst of it taking place in a city in the Webway, a black market for these kinds of heinous acts known as Kamara. Some Eldar saw the writing on the wall, saw what was happening to their species and how far they had slipped.
Oh, you guys are kind of going crazy. Oh God, what? I did not know that you Tibet. What? I don't think that. What did you putting in? No. Oh God. Guys, peace. We're out. Bye.
So they boarded continent-sized starships called craft worlds and left their empire, seeking a more enlightened, calmer existence among their peers. Some, those in Kamara, pushed it to even greater heights, relishing the pain and torment they inflicted on those around them. All during this, the warp, the yin to the yang of the world, was fed by these emotions, by the psychic power of the Eldar, by the souls taken in these depraved acts on a galactic scale. And just like that, Eldar ended. Slaanesh, the fourth chaos god, was burst into existence.
That's
and
an image.
Consumed the souls of 9.
Okay, I'm not going to pause on that. That was an image. Yeah. In this world, like, excessive anything is personified, right? Like excessive violence, we have Khorne. Excessive death and decay, we have Nurgle. Excessive like paranoia and like knowledges and everything like that, we've got Siege. Now we have just this one race by itself, this one sect of people. Granted, it's a very large sect of people that had a very large amount of power. Just them by themselves were able to completely birth out a new god. All that wants everything.
90% of the Eldar population. Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the Webway and Kamara were able to stave off the pull of Slaanesh so long as they continued to commit horrid acts of torture and violence. But for the majority of the Eldar, their empire died with Slaanesh's birth. The new fourth chaos god, she who thirsts, the god of unspeakable excess of pleasure, pain, hedonism, and perfection, had been born. With the fall of the Eldar Empire came the ruin of humanity. Slaanesh's birth sent storms in the warp across the galaxy, making travel between star systems impossible. Coupled with a huge classic AI rebellion, as a staple in these sci-fi settings, humanity began to suffer the age of strife. Now, planets that relied on intergalactic travel were completely cut off. Long-range messages normally sent through the warp were snuffed out. If you were a planet that was great at mining stuff but couldn't get food, well, you know that movie about the rugby players in the mountains?
Oh no. Y'all better start learning how to cultivate real goddamn quick.
Oh, and because of these insane warp storms and fluctuations, psychers began to appear among the human population a bit more often. Now, this initially had them hunted down as witches, because that's pretty common in this setting, but some deemed it right to protect them. Unfortunately for those people, psychers, because they open a gateway to the warp, don't really know how to use their powers well, and they kinda attract demons, who then force their way through the psyker as a conduit of sorts and begin to slaughter the population of your planet. The
Yay! 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 Look, protect them, sure, but maybe start learning how to, you know, help them instead of just being like, let's protect them, right? And being a gateway is a reason to kill him, sadly. When I think that's what they end up starting to do, if I remember correctly, but I'm kind of on the side of protect them, but to a point. And also not just blindly protecting them like, we should protect our psyker brethren. They are just no. If you're going to do that, you have to then help them figure out how to deal with their powers. Give them a way to actually fix their shit and not just apologize for the fact that they're going through a terrible thing. I prefer protect, but like protect society too. True. Society comes first, 100%. Person, no, they come second. But if you can protect the person for a bit, then protect the protect society first.
Age of Strife was a catastrophic period of time for humanity and set back their progress tenfold over the not one, not two, but 5,000 year period. During this time, the age of humanity that we know began to form. Worlds equipped with large mechs for agriculture began to equip them with weapons to defend from alien and demonic invaders. Over 5,000 years, this became a custom and tradition, dubbing them as night worlds, a feudal society of honor-bound knights in gigantic robots that uphold the chivalric code to defend their worlds and honor. A group of individuals on Mars, after radioactively bombing their planet to become inhospitable to human life, ran their entire lives underground on the few life support systems keeping them alive. Those technicians who could work on the machines and keep them operational were revered, and over 5,000 years went from skilled members of society to full-blown priests. The cult mechanicus, or tech priests of Mars, formed in the ashes of the Red Planet with a religious fervor and doctrine on the cult of the machine god. And on Earth, or Terra, techno-barbarian
On Terra. The flesh is weak. If they're going to open a portal to hell, it can just be easier to shoot. Yeah, that's understandable. Like, once they start going crazy, like, it's kind of like a zombie virus, right? As soon as they start turning, it's like, I'm so sorry, little one. But, like, see if we can, like, learn how to control that shit, right? Because that could be really useful to have and control and, you know, be able to But I'm assuming people are smart. A person is smart. People are dumb.
Tribes waged war across the planet in a Mad Max style of blood and gore. Until finally, a mysterious man who lived in the shadows of Terra for millennia finally revealed himself to the populace. His name was the Emperor. He deemed himself the Emperor of mankind. Where did he come from? I don't know.
That is quite the neck. Got quite the neck. And his arms seem a little on the short side. But he's got quite a neck. Who just names themselves the Emperor? I guess he wanted to make a point and be like, you're listening to me now. I'm the Emperor. But what if we don't want God? Any other questions? Any other stupid questions?
Why is he 10 feet tall and the most powerful psyker of all of mankind? I don't know. Why is he basically immortal? I don't know. Where'd Cotton Eye Joe go? Who knows? But he's here, and he isn't happy with all of you ripping up Terra. So he began the Unification Wars, where he and a very early version of the famous Space Marines, the Thunder Warriors, reunited Terra under a single banner: with blood. Then, after taking over Earth, he reunited the Thunder Warriors into the fucking dirt. This is where we get the Imperium of Man.
Wait, what?
Of the famous Space Marines, the Thunder Warriors, reunited Terra under a single banner. With blood. Then, after taking over Earth, he reunited the Thunder Warriors into the fucking dirt.
So he organized the Thunder Warriors, used the Thunder Warriors to take over Earth, got Earth under one big banner, and then went to the Thunder Warriors and were like, good job, guys. Now return to dust. Like, what? Why? Weren't they helpful, or were they just like the last bastions of an age gone he killed all the soldiers that could challenge him. Oh, that you know what? I guess fair. I guess I find this concerning. They were honestly very chaotic and bloody. I suppose so. He wanted to go for more of like a ruled age, and they were kind of like the last aspects of that previous age, right? Makes sense.
This is where we get the Imperium of Man, also known as the Imperium. The new faction headed by the Emperor of Mankind, with a treaty signed with the Cult Mechanicus on Mars to spread out and reunite humanity after the catastrophic Age of Strife. But first, the Emperor is going to need some
The Emperor is going to need a new groove.
smaller versions of himself. 20 of them, 18 of them.
Pull a gun, why don't you?
I meant gene-crafted sons of the strongest human to ever live. All of them possess unparalleled strategic power,
Primarchs.
intelligence, formidable strength and size. A real powerful force to unite humanity and stop the chaos of the current galaxy. Speaking of chaos, you ever seen that image of that guy? It's like throwing the baby like a basketball. That's about what happened. The Chaos Gods intervened and grabbed the 18 Primarch gestation pods and yeeted them across the galaxy at a whim, everywhere they could possibly go. A galactic game of keep away. So the Emperor had to get them back. So begins the Great Crusade, a crusade across the stars to reunite not just
The Smash Bros theme in the background. Two of them disappeared, and it literally is not known what happened to them. Oh, well, that's fun.
humanity, but the Emperor with his fallen sons. The first to be found was Horus, one of the strongest and most noble sons. The Emperor carried with him
I do know about that arc. I do know about that arc a little bit.
legion of newly crafted warriors with genetic material made from their Primarch father. These are the newly made Space Marines. For Horus, his were the Luna Wolves. And as the Emperor continued,
Luna Wolves, that is a dope name. Well, modern Space Marines were designed to eventually be to stop conquering and simply be administrators. The Thunder Warriors were brutish warriors meant to only conquer and kill. Fair enough. Bet he was wishing he still had them, though, for this little part here to get his sons back.
continued on his Great Crusade,
probably
he found
not.
more and more of his sons, reuniting them with their individual Space Marine legions. Leman Russ, the cunning hunter with the Space Wolves. Rogel Dorm, the Phalanx with the Imperial Fists. Angron, the Barbarian, the very angry with his World Eater.
Angron the Angry. My grammar was bad. Sorry. It's all good. My reading is bad.
Fulgrim, the Perfect, with his Emperor's children. And Jagat.
Oh, well, that's just a bad name to have, because, like, if you're always perfect, then you're just going to always want to be more perfect. I don't have a good feeling about that one.
Tycon, the Swift, the Stoic, and his white scars. Those were just some of the 18, and one by one his lost Primarch sons were returned to him, and their Space Marine legions returned to them.
What is going on with all the tubes into the face? I'm worried about this fella. Is he okay? What's going on with this? Why? What is the benefit of that? I would say it was 50-50 on the being able to do the administration. Yeah, fair enough. At this point, he had already made the new Space Marines, and use them to wipe out the Thunder Warriors. True enough.
The Great Crusade saw humanity once again reconquer the stars, returning worlds of humanity back to the Imperium and killing any and all who stood against their noble crusade. But in the years of the 30...
The tubes are tactical analyzing data stream things. Oh, that's kind of fucked up and cool.
First millennia, treachery would break this all apart.
Men, we don't know what we did.
Horus, the Emperor's most beloved and favored sons, named War Master for the Crusade, succumbed to the power of chaos and daddy issues. All because
chaos and daddy issues. Oh no.
of that bastard Erebus. Yo, fuck Erebus. Slowly, Horus would become corrupted, turning the Emperor's sons against him.
Oops, went the wrong way. He got a face on his shoulder. There's a face here. Why would you put a face on your shoulder?
This begins the most pivotal moment in our story, and the one that has like 50 books written about it, the Horus Heresy. 9 of the 18 Primarchs turned against the Emperor, and the following years were a bloody battle for the throne of Terra. The Emperor originally was working on a special webway project, just like the Eldar, to make faster-than-light travel significantly easier and safer, really improve humanity to allow them to conquer the stars without the risk of the warp. Well, this big red idiot named Magnus kind of blew a hole into that, literally and figuratively. So Big E over there is stuck on a gigantic golden throne, holding back the oncoming rush of demons and powering the Astronomicon, basically a big North Star for people who are sailing in the warp to help them navigate. The Horus Heresy saw many loyalist and traitor legions pitted against each other in a bloody war until it reached Terra itself. Horus, unable to break through the lines and with time running out, made a gambit and opened his ship up to be boarded. The Emperor took this challenge, quickly allowing someone else to take control of the throne as he teleported his way onto Horus's flagship, the Vengeful Spirit. The Emperor, unable to truly kill his most beloved son, changed his mind right quick when Horus strangled the life out of his other son, Sanguinius.
Oh no!
I'm sure you've seen this image at some point.
You can say one thing, anything you want about Warhammer, but their art is peak. Oh my god, look at this thing. This is fucking beautiful. Like, just the epic posing, the big flaming sword. Like, there's so much little bits of detail going through this and everything. This ain't AI. This is not AI. I'm pretty sure this fucker was painted. Like, hand painted. It is gorgeous. Like, it is fucking beautiful. I can gush about this shit all day. I would love to actually, like, just get this picture and, like, go through and analyze the damn thing. That would be crazy.
The Emperor then said, "I'm not gonna sugarcoat it," and proceeded to psychically blast Horus into complete oblivion, killing not only his body, but also his soul.
Oof.
Horribly wounded from this duel, the Emperor is returned to the Golden Throne in order to keep the demons at bay and power the Astronomicon, because without it, humanity would be flying blind. There he sits, slowly dying from his wounds and the strain of powering the Golden Throne. The only thing keeping him alive is feeding upon the souls of 1,000 psychers every single day. This was 10,000 years ago.
Jeez, that is a lot of death. That is a lot of people dying in order to, you know, keep him alive. Oh my god.
Now, in the 41st millennium, modern day, Warhammer 40,000.
Yay!
The Emperor remains on his throne. The Imperium is a rotting carcass of an empire, a fascist, xenophobic cult that worships the Emperor as a deity despite him never wanting to be seen as a god. Over the span of 1 million worlds, the ecclesiarchy, the Church of the Emperor is spread throughout. Inquisitors with unparalleled power root out any sign of heresy or lack of devotion to their god Emperor. The other half of the traitor legions move about as Chaos Space Marines, raiding and pillaging the Imperium, while the loyalist half does their best to keep the Empire alive. All throughout this, they must endure orc
Whoa! I love the orcs.
invasions, Eldar trickery, the reawakening of the Necron race, and the Great Devourer, the newest tyrannid threat from the darkness between galaxies that has arrived to feast on their worlds. The theme of Warhammer 40,000 is regression and intolerance. Every major faction in Warhammer has had an empire that spanned the galaxy only to be crushed back to a hollow shell of what they once were due to their own failings. Culture, the arts, personal freedom, religious tolerance, the simple possibility that alien life might not want to kill us is considered heretical and is often met with a pistol to the head. There is no
No, we don't think that way. We are thinking in survival mode right now. So, you want to start singing Kumbaya? Cool. You can sing it with a bullet. That is fucking crazy. Was really severe when dealing with potential worship. Oh yeah. Yeah, from what I heard, like, he was like, no, we do not worship me. I am not a god. Fuck the gods. Fuck them gods. We not doing this shit here. And then he goes, sits on the throne, and then they're like, praise be the Emperor, our God, King, blah, blah, blah. It's like, he gave you one job. One fucking job. It's fun tearing apart Space Marines and devour the galaxy. Yeah, pretty much.
no time for these things. All there is time for is worship of the God Emperor and a million wars to be fought. To be a human in the 41st millennia is 99% of the time to live a horrible existence. To be one of trillions of other humans across a million worlds throughout the galaxy. A galaxy where AI is outlawed, so humans are repurposed and lobotomized to become slaves. A place where lack of devotion is met with death. And if you even have devotion, there is a good chance the threats to the galaxy, chaos, and aliens will kill you anyway. Warhammer is a
there's just so much happening here. It's hard for me to actually, like, get a word in because, like, I'm just kind of enthralled. Like, it's a fucked up story. There is no good. It is just evil, but, like, it's all just necessary in a way, but it's fucked up. It's crazy. I like it. It's a fun story. Maybe we'll, tell me where to start. Where do I start? I'm assuming I'm starting with the actual full storyline for the Necron, right? I think that would probably be the first place we go after this, right? Need to get a bunch of likes and views though.
World where you revel in being bad. There are protagonists, there are antagonists, but every faction is some shade of evil. Because playing the bad guys is always more fun. And my friend, you have a selection. So pick up that las gun soldier. You and the other 3 million men and women in this single deployment on this single world in this single battle will now show them the might of the God Emperor. That weapon in your hands has killed 99% of the alien populations in this galaxy. Unfortunately for you, soldier, you're fighting the final 1%. May the Emperor be with us. Glory to the first man to die, for in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Damn. That is a speech. That is an interesting speech. I like that. On the lobotomized slaves, most of the time, they are vat-grown clones, and the lobotomizers, the lobotomization was reserved as the most severe form of punishment. Oh, fair enough then. There's no AI, so how bad can it really be? It can always get worse. I'd say in terms of morality, it pretty much feels like if they do half of it for at least a reason, the other half, they just do it for no good reason. Yeah, probably. was a fantastic video.
Thank you, everyone.
You're
I hope
welcome.
I have helped teach you about Warhammer. If you are a brand new person and you want to get a bit more about the world, there are multiple books that do a great job at showing off how the entire universe operates. For the most part, Warhammer is a setting, and often stories are told in that setting with a Warhammer coat of paint. Gaunt's Ghosts is Band of Brothers, but Warhammer. It's honestly one of my #1 recommendations for new people. Assassinorum Kingmaker is an assassin novel involving those night worlds. This is Mission Impossible, but Warhammer. Bloodlines is Blade Runner, but Warhammer. And the list goes on and on. If I had to recommend a brand new novel for a first-time Warhammer enjoyer, these are the 4 I would recommend. Horus Rising, Caiaphas Cain, First and Only Gaunt's Ghost, and Infinite and the Divine. They are all fantastic novels, and they will get you acquainted with the world without needing to know too much. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Get yourself a Gamer Subs flavor, enjoy the new sweet 6-pack, and if you're curious and you want, you know, just a little lord, you can find him in the description as well.
Just a little lord, just a little fella. But yeah, no, that was... So that is our starting point. That is our little diving board into the vast ocean of Warhammer 40k lore. I am excited to get into this. I'm scared to get into this because I know it's a rabbit hole that a lot of people get lost in for very long periods of time. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Tell me where to go next. Yeah. What? Hey, did you enjoy that? Was it funny? Well, come and check it out live over on twitch.tv/freeform_art. Make sure you put the _art. We have lots of fun there. We enjoy ourselves, and we want to see you over there. So come on and hang out. See you in a bit.